Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TAPS Volleyball 2019. We're coming to you from West High School. West ISD is our host for today's 6A championship contest. Joining me today, Matt Maples, a member of our athletic executive committee on the call. Tasso officials are on site. Couldn't have a game without an official. Thank you, Tasso, Texas Association of Sports Officials, for being here today and for all tournament excellently called games as we go forward. Shortly, we're going to turn the mic over to our stadium announcer, Mike Weber, for today's introductions. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for 6A Volleyball, the championships for 2019.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools and West ISD welcome you to Trojan Gym on the campus of West High School for the 2019 TAPS State Volleyball Championship. This contest is the girls' 6A championship game between the Tigers of Houston St. Agnes Academy and the Lions of Plano Prestonwood Christian Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is governed by the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools to promote good sportsmanship and fair play among its member schools. We ask that all fans act in a responsible and courteous manner at all times. The officials for today's contests are our guests and should be treated as such. We also ask you to refrain from going onto the court following the game so that we can begin the post-game award ceremony. TAPS would like to express its appreciation to Wilson Sporting Goods, the official ball for TAPS, for providing the game balls for this contest. Today's game is being live streamed on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Go to the website and click to watch or listen to the game. You can also purchase the game for later viewing. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time that everybody would please rise for our invocation be followed by the national anthem. Here lead us in prayer today is the head administrator of Plano Prestonwood Christian, Dr. Larry Taylor.
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, first and foremost, we are so grateful for your Son, Jesus Christ, the provision and the sacrifice made for our salvation. We're grateful. Father, I thank you also for this special weekend as we lead up to Veterans Day. I thank you for our veterans, Father, for the price that's been paid over the years for our freedom here and abroad. Father, thank you for these two schools, these coaches, these athletes, Father, the parents. Lord, we're just so grateful that you use sports to grow us all up and to help us develop the character that will carry us all the way through life. Thank you for TAPS and the organization that allows us to come together as a community to compete. We dedicate this time to you. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet the competitors in today's contest. First, our designated visiting team comes into this game with an overall record of 34-11. They are led by head coach Cedrice McMillan and assistant coaches Nikki McNaughton, Jalisa Beaver, Tabby Elder, and Courtney Warren. From Houston, Texas, please welcome the St. Agnes Academy Tigers. And here are the players for the Tigers. Junior number 1, Kylie Holfeld. Junior number 2, Kendall Harris. Sophomore number 3, Grace Weber. Senior number 5, Sahara Maruska. Sophomore number 6, Sophie Agee. Sophomore number 7, Lexi Byzantine. Senior number 8, Audrey Leonard. Junior number 9, Toyosi Onabanjo. Sophomore number 11, Nicole Dworsik. Senior number 12, Julia Bradshaw. Junior number 14, Brooke Middleton. Senior number 18, Izzy Agee. Junior number 19, Jessica James. Junior number 20, Emily Clark. And freshman number 21, Ariel Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 St. Agnes Academy Tigers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, today's designated home team comes into this contest with an overall record of 36-6. They are led by head coach Jillian Jeffcoat and assistant coaches Chip Childers and Christina Lugo. From Plano, Texas, here are the Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions. Players for the Lions. Senior number 3, Riley Weiss. Senior number 4, Caroline Stockner. Junior number 11, Emily Moore. Junior number 7, Maddie Triggs. Sophomore number 10, Lauren Chambers. Junior number 12, Haley Stevens. Junior number 13, Sophia Jerome. Senior number 14, Hadley Harrison. Senior number 15, Cammie Heaton. Sophomore number 16, Monica Spooner. Senior number 17, Blakely Leonard. And sophomore number 18, Brandy Alsobrook. The 2019 Plano Prestonwood Christian Lions. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you again for joining us here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We'll be back shortly for the 6A championship match for volleyball 2019. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV. Thank you for joining us on TAPS Radio. We send our appreciation to Wilson Sporting Goods, the official ball of Texas, the K1 volleyball for TAPS. Thank you to the TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, for providing officials for today and all of our championship matches. Quick shout out to Children's Health Andrews Institute, Larry Lasky, our trainer on site to keep our student athletes safe. Children's Health Andrews Institute, athlete safety at its best. And we thank our newest sponsor, Chipotle, real food for real athletes. 6A volleyball championship action coming your way as both teams take the floor. The officials will check the rotation. They'll check it twice, and we'll be ready for play. Thank you for joining us on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV. Prestonwood will have first serve. Back for the Tigers. Grace Weber. Sahara Maruska. They find number 12, Julia Bradshaw. They go wide to number 2. They set Kendall Harris, ball into the net. That's a point for the Lions. Prestonwood, they send number 18, Brandy Alsobrook, to serve. Bradshaw, Maruska, Kendall Harris over the top. Alsobrook. That was Cammie Deaton in the tip by number 4, Stogner. Point, Prestonwood. Prestonwood 2. St. Agnes 0. Alsobrook to serve. Maruska. Weber. Maruska. Ball comes back off Alsobrook. Point, Tigers. Tigers 1, Lions 2. Maruska, number 5, to serve. Stogner goes to Deaton. Back to Stogner. Ball sent hard. Bradshaw pulled up. Point for the Tigers. We're all tied at 2 here in game number 1. Sahara Maruska to serve. Stogner, Deaton, far side. That was number 10, Lauren Chambers. Point, Lions. Prestonwood Christian Academy 3, St. Agnes Academy 2. Number 14, that's going to be Hadley Harrison with the serve. AG to Weber, back to AG. Ball sails long. Point Lions. Lions 4, Tigers 2. Number 14, that's Hadley Harrison to serve. Bradshaw, Weber, Anabanjo. Ball sails long off of Riley Wiest. Point Tigers. Tigers 3, Lions 4. Subbing in number 19, that's Jessica James to serve for the Tigers. Stogner, tip by Stogner, falls in. That was a good set that time by number 14, Hadley Harrison. Caroline Stogner to serve, up 5-3. Maruska, Weber, Agee, called with the double. Point Lions. Lions 6, Tigers 3. Number 4, Caroline Stogner to serve. She finds the net, gives that point to the Tigers. Tigers 4, Lions 6. Number 5, waiting on her partner to serve. That's going to be Ariel Francis, the freshman setter. Francis was busy yesterday. They go middle. They find number 3, Wiest. Wiest's serve receive goes long. Ball played at the net.
By number 18, Isabel Agee. Redirecting for the kill.
We're Agee squares, 6 and 18 on the top. Ball sails long off the serve of Francis. 7 for Prestonwood, 5 for St. Agnes Academy. Number 3, that's going to be Riley Wiest to serve. That one's sailing long as well. That's going to be Point Tigers. Tigers 6, Lions 7. Number 15 to serve. Number 6, I'm sorry. Number 6 is Sophie Agee. Came close to hitting Izzy Agee with that one. A little low. Going to be a point for the Lions. Prestonwood 8, St. Agnes 6. Number 15, that's Cammie Deaton for the Lions. Maruska, Francis, Maruska. Ariel Francis gets called for the double there. 9-6 for Prestonwood. 15, Cammie Deaton to serve. Maruska. Francis, number 7 was Byzantine. Deaton goes back to Wiest. Wiest finds number 18 on the near side. I didn't see who got it on the far side. But it's going to be a point Prestonwood. Prestonwood 10, St. Agnes 6. Hadley Stevens with that kill. Cammie Deaton, Bradshaw, Francis, Maruska. Ball played back up this side to number 7, Byzantine.
That's a great dig by number 4.
Stogner got down. 13 came over the top. That was Sophia Jerome. Timeout, St. Agnes. Our score, Prestonwood 11, St. Agnes 6. Thank you for joining us for the 6A championships here on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV. Back to the action we come. Number 15, that's Cammie Deaton with the serve. Francis goes wide to Maruska. Maruska with the tip. Good hustle by Deaton. Set near side to number 13, Sophia Jerome. Byzantine in the air. Agee goes to Maruska. Maruska comes long. She finds Wiest. That's going to be a point Tigers. Brings our score Tigers 7, Lions 11. Number 12, Julia Bradshaw, senior libero for the Tigers to put the ball into play. Wiest, Deaton, Jerome off the block. Bradshaw able to save. Francis setting Maruska off the block. Goes to Wiest. Good hustle by Jerome. Unable to get it back on her side of the court. That's going to be point Tigers. Julia Bradshaw will now serve 8, serving 11 for the Tigers. Bradshaw sends it short. Wiest. Jerome. Stogner. Block at the net by number 18, Izzy Agee. Sophia Agee. She goes to Maruska. Maruska brings the hammer. Point Tigers. 9 for the Tigers, 11 for the Lions. It's going to be Julia Bradshaw, number 12, again with the serve. Wiest, Deaton, backside to Jerome. Jerome makes the tip. Great save by Bradshaw. Deaton this time comes near side to Sophia Jerome. Jerome's shot just outside. Quick call by the officials. Brings Bradshaw back to the line. She's had a service run. She's brought it to 11-10. She trails by 1. The net found that serve rather quickly. Gives the point to the Lions. It's going to be 12-10. Brings Sophia Jerome, number 13, to serve for the Lions. Sophie Agee, Ariel Francis, number 2. That was Kendall Harris, able to fight through that block for a point. Tigers 11, Lions 12. Number 3, Grace Weber. She's our sophomore setter entering for St. Agnes. She'll have the serve. Stogner, Deaton, they went wide, unable to clear. This time Stogner bumps back across. Weber was coming up to set at the net, ran right past it. It's going to be a point for the Lions. Lions 13, Tigers 11. Number 18, Brandy Alsobrook for her second serve. Maruska, Weber, Toyosi Alamanjo, point Tigers.
Very athletic jump set there by number 3, Grace Weber on the assist.
Brings number 5, Maruska, up to serve. She trails 12-13. See if she can get us tied up. Jerome, Deaton, Stogner, off of Grace Weber. Point Lions, 14-12. Prestonwood leads. Number 14. It's going to be Hadley Harrison. Bradshaw, Weber, Toyosi Anabanjo from the middle.
Anabanjo's arm is super quick.
Substitution brings number 19, Jessica James, on to serve for the Tigers. She trails 13-14. James with the serve. Stogner back to Harrison. Stogner blocked at the net. That was Sophie Agee, number 6, at the net. Ties us up at 14 apiece. Jessica James continues to serve. Ball sails long. Everybody look. The flag went down. They're going to call it in. Jeffco tells her team, get back there and play. They're now trailing 15-14, Tiger lead. Jessica James serving now with the lead. That's Stogner. Harrison, number 6 with a hit, goes long but touched. That was Emily Moore. Excellent job. James couldn't control. Number 4, Caroline Stogner to serve. We're all tied at 15 here in game number 1. Crawls over the net. Byzantine, Weber, Sophie Agee, Stogner, Harrison, Sophia Jerome. Excellent job by Agee. Weber sets deep to Maruska. Finds the net. Hard play that time coming across the face of Emily Moore. Point for the Tigers. Tigers 16, Lions 15. Number 21, Ariel Francis to serve. She's the freshman setter for the Tigers. It's going to be Jerome. Harrison, number 10, gets the ball over and down. That was Lauren Chambers. Look clean, Matt. Ties us at 16 all. It's going to bring number 3, Riley Wiest to serve. Wiest goes deep to Bradshaw. Francis, near side. Sophie Agee finds the middle of that defense for a point. Point Tigers. Tigers 17, Lions 16.
Agnes doing a good job mixing up the tempos, keeping the blockers guessing for Prestonwood.
Number 6, Sophie Agee. Stogner, Harrison, back to number 18. It looked like also Brooke with that one, Matt. Number 15, senior setter Cammie Deaton on the play. Her serve goes to Maruska. Francis, Maruska, power through the block. It goes long. Point Tigers. Tigers 18, Lions 17. We continue the sub pattern. Number 12, that's going to be Julia Bradshaw back to serve for the Tigers with a 1-point lead, 18 serving 17. Wiest, Deaton, backside to Sophia Jerome. We're tied at 18, and Sophia Jerome goes back to serve. After that hit, she was quickly to go back to serve. She was ready to keep the power going.
That's an ace for Jerome right there.
A straight ace to the middle of the court, man. 19-18 Prestonwood with the lead. Sophia Jerome, number 13, with the serve.
Oh, just missed that one.
She did that last night several times, too. It's a low, flat, hard serve. Finds the net. We're tied at 19. Number 9 in the front, Anabanjo with number 2, Harris, and number 5, Maruska. Number 3 steps back, Grace Weber. Number 3, our sophomore setter, Weber. Weist. Unsure who set it, none who. Matt, I couldn't see that side of the court.
Set was from Deaton. I believe that was also Brook with the kill.
It kind of looked like also Brook from my point of view. Point to Prestonwood, though. Prestonwood takes a 20-19 lead. They need to string a couple together for game 1. That was Maruska. Tough play on that one. It was dying in a hurry. 21-19, 2-point lead.
We have a timeout on the floor. Agnes calling their first timeout. Excuse me. Second timeout of the match.
They called one earlier, so it's an Agnes timeout. Agnes trails 19-21. When we return, TAP 6A Volleyball Championship action. It'll be number 18, Brandy Alsobrook, back to serve. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Number 18 also Brook for Prestonwood. Sophie Agee goes to Weber. Weber goes to Maruska. Stogner with the stop. Deaton goes backside to number 12. Number 12, nice hit dug by Weber. Number 5, Maruska. Power. This time she hits the block. She hits the block of also Brook and Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens and also Brook earning that point. Number 5, Maruska. She's trailing 20-21. Stogner, Weist. Stogner near side, plays through the block. Point Prestonwood, 22-20, the Lions lead. A switch of setters brings Hadley Harrison onto the court. Number 14, Hadley Harrison, senior setter to serve. Sophie Agee, Weber, Sophie Agee. That was Jerome getting down. Ball traveled to the net. Harrison couldn't get to it. 21-20 after that point for the Tigers. Here comes number 19. That's Jessica James re-entering to serve. James trails 21-22. Prestonwood lead. Stogner, Jerome, Stogner, Weber, Maruska pushes far side. Looking for Sophie Agee, but she gets called for the double. 23-21, Prestonwood with the lead. Number 4 is going to be Caroline Stogner to serve. It's going to be Agee. Weber set near side to Yossi Anabanjo. Ball cleared back over by Weist. Weber to Bradshaw to number 6, Sophie Agee. Flags went down in a hurry on that point. It's 22-23. Tigers trail by 1 here in the closing minutes of game number 1. Number 21, Ariel Francis, a freshman setter for St. Agnes to serve.
We have a timeout on the floor. Prestonwood Christian calling the timeout, trying to regroup.
Prestonwood with a 1-point lead. Pretty decisive point right here at 23-22 Prestonwood. Thank you for joining us for the 6A State Championship volleyball action on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Freshman Ariel Francis looking to tie this match at 23 apiece. The Tigers trail the Lions 22-23. Sophia Jerome. Wiest. It's going to be Jerome again. She comes hard to Bradshaw. Bradshaw will save. Francis looked to set Maruska, but called for the double. It's 24-22. To serve for the game, we have number 3. That's going to be Riley Wiest, libero. Senior libero Riley Wiest to try to close it out. Bradshaw, Francis goes back up to Izzy Agee. On the other side, Sophia Jerome, Maruska, Bradshaw, number 7's Byzantine, Stogner, Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome. That ball, lack of pace hurt. They thought she was swinging hard. It finds the middle of the defense, and we have a 25-22 first set victory for Prestonwood. Thank you for joining us for 6A volleyball action here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. We'll return momentarily from West Texas. As we come back to the court, thank you for joining us for 6A volleyball action here. St. Agnes Academy from Houston, the Tigers. Prestonwood Christian Academy from Plano, the Eagles. Prestonwood takes a 1-0 set lead after a very tightly contested game number 1. Prestonwood 25, Tigers 22. We'll see what the second game has in store for us here shortly. Thank you for joining us on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV. Buzzer sends us back into action. Number 3, Grace Weber will open as the setter for the St. Agnes Tigers. She will have first serve. Wiest, Deaton. Number 18 was also Brooke. Wiest sends it high. Stogner with the hit. Sails wide.
We'll have an officials conference on this one.
Point Tigers. Weber brings us back to play. Wiest sets it long. Both were into the net, but it looked like a little bit closer step by the Tigers. Quicker. It was whoever landed first. We're tied at 1. Also Brook. Brandy Also Brook steps back to serve. She goes deep. Sophie Agee. It was going to be a tip over quickly.
It's a back row attack.
Grace Weber. Number 18, Also Brook to serve with a 2-1 lead. A little too much on that one. Ties us up at 2. Tigers will have the serve. Looks like it's going to be number 5. That's Sahara Maruska.
Number 5, Sahara Maruska, coming on for the serving for the Tigers.
Maruska. Stogner. Deaton to Stogner again. Stogner fights through the block. Good job by Bradshaw. She sent it up. Maruska able to dig. Sophie Agee sent back over by Weber.
Great hustle by the Tigers.
Deaton setting number 10 that time. Good hit by Lauren Chambers. Which way did the point go, Matt? We're still looking.
Ball was just slightly outside. Appears to be a point to Agnes.
Point Agnes. Maruska to serve.
There's discussion whether or not there was a touch. Apparently called a touch on the swing, giving the point to Prestonwood.
Number 14 to serve. That's Hadley Harrison, the setter. Sophie Agee. Weber tried to set. Anabanjo went low. Harrison goes far side to Stogner. Stogner took aim at Maruska, pounds it through. Prestonwood 4, St. Agnes 2. It's a couple of plays in a row on the calls that took a minute to get settled, but we're settled in now. Harrison 4-2 serve. Bradshaw. Weber. Anabanjo with a skill.
Very nice fast tempo play up the middle.
Block was nowhere near getting in place for that one. I think they were stepping back, going to try to receive, but unable to do so. 3 serving 4, number 19, Jessica James in to serve. Clears the net, Wiest, Harrison, Stogner with the push. That little touch to the middle has been killer all day long, both in our first match and in this one. Number 4, Stogner back to serve. Lions now leading 5-3. That was Maruska. They set Anabanjo, swings low. Miscommunication between the 14 and 4. Stogner and Harrison gives the point to the Tigers. 4 serving 5. It's going to be number 21, Ariel Francis.
Ariel Francis is on serve.
Wiest to Harrison, far side to Sophia Jerome. Good job by Bradshaw to get down. Maruska sends it up. Bradshaw sends it over. This time we're going to set early on number 10, Chambers, unable to bring it down. Francis surfed Sophie Agee. Maruska with the save off the block. Francis far side to number 7. She was looking for Byzantine. Byzantine found the net. Point Prestonwood. Prestonwood 6. Tigers 4. Riley Wiest to serve. We go close to 7. Byzantine ball kept in play. Good job by Bradshaw and Maruska, but ball falls short. Prestonwood 7, St. Agnes 4. Number 3, Riley Wiest to serve. It's going to be number 12 getting it back up. Couldn't see where we went, Matt, but it looked like number 6, Sophie Agee.
That was number 6 for sure with the nice cross-court swing.
That was an excellent set that time by number 21, the freshman setter, Ariel Francis. Number 6, Sophie Agee to serve. Stogner, Wiest, Sophia Jerome. Good job by Agee to keep it up. Maruska go far side to Byzantine. Weiss gets it up to Harrison. Sophia Jerome again with the tip this time. See what we call into the net that time by Izzy Agee. Point goes to the Lions. Prestonwood 8, St. Agnes Academy 5. Cammie Deaton enters play. Number 15, Cammie Deaton to serve. She subs in for Harrison. That's Maruska. Francis. Maruska with the tip. It crawls over. Alsabrook gets it up. Weiss goes back row to Stogner off the block. Francis sets. Maruska this time with power. Block Prestonwood. Bradshaw sets Maruska. This time going over the block. But she almost hit the Children's Health people on the back end, so it's going to be point Prestonwood. Prestonwood takes a 9-5 lead. Timeout, Tigers. Good job by both squads in our second game. Prestonwood holds a 109-5 lead in this match. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's 6A championship action.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Coming back on the court to continue game number 2, we have number 15, Cammie Deaton to serve for Prestonwood. Maruska, Francis, that time to Izzy Agee. Weiss goes wide to Jerome. Jerome sends it hard. See if there was a touch or if it just went long. Point goes to Prestonwood. It's hard to see on that far sideline from our vantage point. Deaton sends it in with a 10-5 lead. Maruska, Francis, Maruska, block at the net. Ball falls down.
Prestonwood's block read that combination play really well. Not falling for the fake.
That was also Brooke, Stevens, and Jerome. Deaton with the serve. Bradshaw, Francis, Maruska with the tip. Blocked back by also Brooke. This time Agee sets Maruska. Block again by also Brooke. She's owning the net right now. Prestonwood 12, St. Agnes Academy 5. Number 15, that's Cammie Deaton back to serve. Bradshaw, Francis, Byzantine. That time went through Jerome and also Brooke for the score. 12-6, Prestonwood lead. Byzantine with the point.
She had a little help with the skip off the net.
I would agree.
Now serving
Number 12, Julia Bradshaw with the serve. It's going to be Sophia Jerome. Deaton unable to recover. Point, St. Agnes. St. Agnes 7. Prestonwood 12. Bradshaw to serve for St. Agnes. That's Weiss to Deaton to Jerome. Finds number 11, Dworsik. Maruska off the block. Saved in by Kendall Harris. That's Sophie Agee from the back row. Deaton going far side to Jerome. Jerome plays right into the block that time of Kendall Harris and number 18, Izzy Agee. 12-8, our score. St. Agnes playing through. It's going to be number 12, Julia Bradshaw with the serve. Sophia Jerome, Cammie Deaton, Sophia Jerome, Sophie Agee. Number 11, Dworsik. Number 2, Kendall Harris gets it over. Ball played high by Deaton. Sophia Jerome runs around it, able to get it back over. Dworsik, she's set number 2. That was Kendall Harris with the set. Unable to communicate and get it over the net. 13-8. That set might have been just a little low, Matt. She swung hard, but didn't quite get above the net. Number 13, Sophia Jerome with the serve. Dworczyk, Maruska with the tip. Jerome, Deaton goes far side but over the net. Played back quickly by number 18, Izzy Agee for the point.
That was an unfortunate set for the setter.
Just kept carrying.
Got the assist to the opposing team.
This might have gone to the air conditioning. Not real sure on that one. Number 3, Grace Weber enters the contest, and she'll serve for the Tigers, down 9-13. Stogner, Deaton, back to Stogner. Block at the net. They found what's working over on the far side. Kendall Harrison, Toyosi Anabanjo with that block. Point Tigers, Tigers 10, Lions 3. Number 3, Weber to serve. Grace Weber to serve. Stogner, Deaton with a quick push, found the middle of that defense. They were ready for Stogner to come swinging. Deaton crossed them up. Number 18, Brandy Alsobrook, will be serving with a 14-10 lead.
Very nice read by Deaton to see where the hole was.
Sails wide. They call it in.
Rolled in. Falls for the ace.
Of course, it being 80 feet over there for us to see it, it's probably bad on my part to call it wrong. 15-10, Prestonwood Alsobrook with a serve. That time the flag came up and came up quickly. Point to the Tigers. Tigers trail 11-15. Number 5, that's Sahara Maruska. Miss Maruska's been most active today, attacking from both front and back lines. See where she goes with the serve. Serve goes to Stogner. Far side to Weiss. Stogner with the tip. Sophie Agee goes to Weber. That's Kendall Harris with the serve, the shot. They go back. It's number 13, Sophia Jerome, dropped by Anabanjo. Bradshaw gets it back over. Sophia Jerome, Cammie Deaton, and number 10 was attacking Lauren Chambers. Deaton knew how close she was. Just before she set, she looked at the line. Might have lost that concentration just a hair. Point for the Tigers, 12-15. Number 5, Maruska with the serve. Stogner, number 12, gets it back. Good hustle on the other side. 12-13. That was Haley Stevens getting it back to Sophia Jerome.
Push just out of bounds.
Maruska with the serve, 13-15. Tigers trail by 2. Stogner, Deaton, Stogner looking. Stogner through the block. This time it sails wide to the near side. Point to the Tigers. Tigers trail 14-15. Timeout, Prestonwood. Thank you for joining us for the 6A championship contest here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
I play basketball and softball. Basketball is more just like that sport, like I just can't give up because like I've always loved it also. It's just not my best sport. I love the girls on the team and I just enjoy the sport in general, and it's good to get like a break from softball. I don't want to get burned out from it, because when I get that 2-month, 3-month break playing basketball for my high school, it gives me a time to like really miss it, and then so when I come back I'm like ready to go and like wanting to work even harder.
We return to the action. Number 5, that's Sahara Maruska, continues to serve. She serves 14, serving 15 here in game number 2. Prestonwood took the first game 25-22. Both games have been hotly contested and close. Stogner, Deaton gets it up. Pushed over by Stogner. Grace Weber runs in, set by Bradshaw. Sophie Agee. Sophia Jerome. Deaton pushes over. That time they're ready. Bradshaw gets it up. Weber sets Anabanjo for the kill. We're all tied at 15, Matt.
Correction, there's a net violation on the swing. Point to Prestonwood. From where we were, it looked like the ball, but apparently the hitter caught it on her way down.
I can't see anything for the R1s here, so good call. Sophie A.G. Weber on a Bonjo off the block.
Right back to the quick tempo.
Lauren Chambers has done a good job there in the middle, but she couldn't get her hands quite set to keep it in. 16-15. Jessica James, number 19, returns to action to serve for the Tigers, down by 1. Stogner, Hadley Harrison, Stogner, Jessica James got her hands up, sent it wide. Point to Prestonwood. Yeah. And it was dying. It was going to find that back line. She had to make a shot at it. Number 4, Stogner, after that hit, will come up to serve. Sophia Agee. Weber, Agee again. Stogner, Jerome. Number 6 for Prestonwood, crawls over the net. Weber sets Agee. Agee off the block point. 16 for the Tigers, 17 for the Lions. It will be the Tigers serve. Number 11, Nicole Dworsik returns to the game as the setter, and it'll be her serve, trailing 1, 16-17. Sophia Jerome sets it long. Good tap at the net by number 7. It looked like Lexi Byzantine to me, Matt. Byzantine ties this up. Number 11, Nicole Dworsik to serve.
Now serving for the lead.
Wiest, Harrison, 18. That's going to be also Brooke from the back. Prestonwood leads 18-17. Riley Wiest to serve.
On serve, number 3, Riley Wiest.
Maruska, Dworsik, Sophie Agee, Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, back to that far side. Sophia Jerome, 19 for Prestonwood, 17 for the Tigers. Bradshaw, Dworsik, number 6, Sophie Agee. She found Stogner for the point. 18-19, 18 serving 19. Sophie Agee off the shot, now with the serve. Serving to tie, trailing by 1, Sophie Agee. Stogner, Harrison, Sophia Jerome. Bradshaw gets it back up. She tries for the quick push at the net. They keep it alive. Bradshaw sends it over. Stogner, Harrison. That time number 18, also Brooke, tried to push. Maruska blocked at the net by also Brooke and number 6, Emily Moore. Seems to be a good blocking combination up front. Moore and also Brooke. Number 15, Cammie Deaton to serve. She returns as setter. Cammie Deaton, our senior setter for Prestonwood. Maruska, Dworsik, tip over by Izzy Agee. Cammie Deaton goes far side to Jerome, plays through the block. See if they can get it back over. Maruska does get it over. Stogner to Deaton to Jerome. Ball goes wide.
Out of bounds, side out for St. Agnes.
Jerome lived on that far sideline there for a while. Number 12, Julia Bradshaw to serve. 19 serving 20. They looked at it twice on that one, Matt. Little nerves, but it continued on out. Point for the Lions, 21-19. Number 13, Sophia Jerome to serve. Maruska unable to handle. Point Prestonwood. Prestonwood 22. St. Agnes Academy 19.
That's a very timely ace for Jerome.
Number 13, Sophia Jerome returns to serve again. Timeout, St. Agnes. Thank you for joining us for the 6A championships here on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV.
Hockey especially is a very mentally challenging game. Contact sports, especially like hockey and football, you have a brotherhood like nothing else. Like Like, they're literally your brothers out there. You can play with someone for one game, and they're like a new brother to you. Like, as you can see, just me smiling by it, like, just thinking about all the memories that I've had playing hockey, it's amazing.
We're back to serve. Sophia Jerome. Maruska with the kill, goes long. Point Lions, 23-19 for Prestonwood.
Out of bounds, point for the Lions.
13, Sophia Jerome with the serve, 23-19. Finds the net and enough power to crawl through. We're at game point, 24-19. Sophia Jerome with the serve, trying to close it out here in game number 2. Power, Bradshaw, Dvorak, Izzy Agee with the score. Dvorak. Nicole Dvorak's done a good job of setting on that far side. She's quick to pitch it behind her. Number 3, Grace Weber enters the contest, sophomore setter for the Tigers, trailing 20-24. Stogner, Deaton, Stogner, Weber, Bradshaw, Sophie Agee, Cammie Deaton, Wiest. It's going to be Stogner through the block, and it falls for a Lion point. Lions, Prestonwood Christian Academy 25, Tigers, St. Agnes Academy 20. Game number 2. Prestonwood takes a 2-0 lead. Thank you for joining us for the 6A championships on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Thank you, West ISD, for sponsoring today's championship competition. Thank you again for joining us on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV for 6A volleyball action, the championships of the 2019 season. Thank you for joining us here. West ISD, our host. Thank you to Coach Woodard and all the great people at West for their hard work. Also need to send a shout out to University High staff. They did an excellent job hosting the first 2 days of semifinals where these young ladies played yesterday. We appreciate you joining us for today's action on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. Thank you again for being here for the TAPS 6A championships. On the buzzer, on we go to game number 3. Both first games were close, 25-22, 25-20. Players enter the court, substitutions ready. It's like we have number 1, Kaylee Holfeld, entering the contest for the Tigers. Front line, Sophie and Izzy Agee. Apologize, Sophie steps back. Izzy Agee, Kaylee Holfeld, ready on the far side. Serving is number 18, Brandy Alsobrook. Bradshaw goes short to number 11, Sophie Agee. That was number 11, Nicole Dworsik. Number 6, Sophie Agee, serves with a 1-0 lead.
She's going on serve.
Net crawls over. I continue to say it. It's just a game changer if it happens. It's going to be a point 9 times out of 10 for the server. Sophie Agee with the point, 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Sophia Jerome, Deaton, curling around was number 10, Lauren Chambers, unable to clear the net. 3-0 Tigers. Sophie Agee continues to serve with a 3-0 lead for St. Agnes. This time, Little O does not crawl over the net. Point to the Lions. Lions 1, Tigers 3. Number 3 looks like number 14, I'm sorry. Number 14, Hadley Harrison to serve. Maruska, Dworsik, Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Stogner. That was Caroline Stogner with the hit off the touch point. Lions 2 serving 3. Will be number 14, Hadley Harrison. That gets in the way several times here, Matt. Point to the Tigers.
Side out.
Julia Bradshaw, 4 serving 2 for the Tigers. Stogner, number 6 for Prestonwood, gets it over. They call it inside. That was Emily Moore. Far side, Maruska takes care of business that time. 5-2 Tigers. Maruska able to bring it in just a little bit and down. Finds that back corner for Bradshaw to serve with a 5-2 lead. Stogner, Harrison, Stogner through the block. That block was Izzy Agee and number 11, Dworsik, unable to control. Sophie Agee. Dworsik, number 2 was Kendall Harris. Kendall Harris serves over and then comes back on the block for the Tiger point. 6-3 Tigers. Grace Weber, number 3, entering the contest. Weber to serve. Weber goes deep. Unable to clear. She had Harrison and number 10, Lauren Chambers, coming to the front. Point to the Tigers. Tigers take a 3-7 lead. Good job of the Tigers to get ahead and stay ahead on this one. Wiest, Stogner, Jerome, block at the net, Maruska. Weber sets Agee from the back. Sophie Agee, Stogner, Harrison, Sophia Jerome off the block. Wiest able to get it up and over. Maruska, they set Toyasi Anabanjo, unable to clear. 14 Harrison sets Stogner from the back row. Block. Toyosi Anabanjo. That's going to be a point for the Tigers.
St. Agnes's block right now is just overpowering at the net. They're having a hard time getting it through if you're Prestonwood.
8 for the St. Agnes Tigers, 3 for the Prestonwood Lions. Timeout, Prestonwood. Thank you for joining us for this 6A championship. On the horn, teams will come back on the floor, ready for action. Number 3, Grace Weber continues to serve.
Grace Weber to serve.
Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome. She says no thank you to that block. 4 for the Lions, 8 for the Tigers. Number 3, Riley Weiss to serve.
Riley Weiss serving for the Lions.
Riley Weiss, Bradshaw, Weber. Maruska is called for the double. 8-5. 8-5 lead for the Tigers here. They need this game. They're down by 2 games. Number 3, Riley Weiss to serve. Bradshaw, Weber, Anabanjo. Good save that time by Stogner. Jerome answers the call. Stogner and Jerome playing hard. Good set by Hadley Harrison. 8-6 Tiger lead. Number 3, Riley Weiss to serve. Maruska, Weber, Maruska, block. Diving attempt there by number 6, Emily Moore, but unable to keep it up. 9-6 lead for the Tigers as Maruska steps back to serve. Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome. Good job by number 6, Sophie Agee. They set Anabanjo. The power of that shot got it over the net. 10-6 Tiger lead, Maruska to serve. Unable to clear the net, point to the Lions. Prestonwood 7, St. Agnes 10. Number 15, Cammie Deaton to serve. Bradshaw, Weber, far side Sophie Agee, Deaton, Weiss, Sophia Jerome, Bradshaw, Weber, far side Sophie Agee. Ball sails long, flag up immediately. Point Prestonwood. Tigers hold a 10-8 lead. Prestonwood, though, has the serve, and it looks like number 15, Cammie Deaton to serve. Bradshaw, Weber, quick to Anabanjo, Weiss, Deaton, Sophia Jerome through the block. Anabanjo and Kendall Harris were there, but the ball sails out of bounds off the block. 10-9 lead. Tigers leading by 1. They need this third game to avoid elimination. Cammie Deaton to serve. Maruska, Weber, Anabanjo.
Anabanjo finding the deep corner on the quick attack.
Gives the Tigers a 2-point lead. Number 8, Audrey Leonard to serve. Stogner, Deaton, far side Jerome, Weber, Maruska. That was number 1, Holfeld with the kill. Number 8, Audrey Leonard to serve. 12 serving 9 here in game number 3. Stogner, Deaton, Jerome off the block. Sails out of bounds. Point Lions. Number 13, Sophia Jerome, trails 10-12, and now she trails 10-13 as the serve sails into the net. Number 11, subbing in, Nicole Dworczyk. Nicole Dworczyk, number 11, to serve for the Tigers with a 13-10 lead here in set number 3. Jerome, Deaton, Stogner, point. 11-13, Stogner with the tip. Number 18, also Brook, back to serve, trailing 11-13. Unfortunate last two serves for them to found the net, giving the point. 14-11 for the Tigers. Tigers now serving number 6, Sophia Agee. Sophia Jerome, Cammie Deaton, Stogner. Stogner powers through. Unable to handle was Dworczyk. Point to the Lions. 12 for Prestonwood, 14 for St. Agnes.
Subbing in for the Lions, number 6 on the board, 14, Hadley Harrison.
Number 14, Hadley Harrison, senior setter to serve. Maruska serves it long, nobody there. Good return, she had it right, but there was nobody on that side to assist. 13 serving 14. It looks like 14 is Hadley Harrison with the serve, trailing by 1. Maruska, Dworczyk, Maruska, block, in. Point Lions, we're all tied at 14.
That's a great block by number 4, number 10 of Prestonwood. Stopping the big swing from Maruska.
Maruska has that good shot. It takes a little guts to stand in there, tied at 14. Harrison with the serve. Dworczyk sets Maruska. Ball crawls over. They're going to call in the net, correct, or a lift?
That'd be a lift. Trying to play it out of the net. Kind of snuck in and got caught in her arms a little bit.
15-14. Tigers serving. Number 12, that's Bradshaw.
Julia Weber on serve. Julia Bradshaw.
Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Stogner. Stogner had that one lined up. Dworczyk to Maruska.
By the libero to keep that alive.
Wiest, Kendall Harris, Stogner. Ball comes our way. Out of bounds. Point Tigers, 16-14. The setter and the outside hitter. It was the outside hitter that got that one on this side of the table. 16-14 for the Tigers. Number 12, Bradshaw to serve. A little miscommunication between Jerome and Stogner. Point to the Tigers. Tigers needing this third game, now lead 17-14. Number 12, Julia Bradshaw to serve. Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Caroline Stogner. Block at the net by Izzy Agee and Maruska. Ball sails out, 15-17. Number 4, serving for the Lions. Third one in a row in the net, Matt, or seems like it. That was Caroline Stogner. Prestonwood continues to give those points away in a tight game. They now trail 18-15 with Caroline Weber, number 3, entering the game for the Tigers to serve. They've got the height up front for the Tigers, Matt. They're set for the block. Jerome goes down low, unable to keep it in. 19-15. Number 3, Carolyn Weber. Timeout Prestonwood trying to stem the tide of this run, see if she can end it in 3. Jillian Jeffcoat, coach of the Lions, with her moments of encouragement. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for today's 6A championship action. Number 3, that's Grace Weber, continues her service run up 19-15. Wiest to Harrison. Far side to number 6, Emily Moore.
There's a touch on the block. Point to Prestonwood.
Harrison Anabanjo may not agree with that.
Pretty sure anybody on the Agnes bench would not agree with that call at this point in time.
16-19, Lions. Number 3, Wiest with the serve. We're going to serve and set Anabanjo. Weber a little low on the set, but Anabanjo came swinging. 19 for the Tigers, 17 for the Lions. Lions serve number 3, Riley Wiest. Bradshaw, Weber, Maruska, Moore gets down, Stogner sets it, Jerome goes long, Bradshaw, Weber, number 6, Sophie Agee finds Stogner. Wiest sets it, Sophia Jerome uses the left hand, but it goes out on the far side. That's going to be a point to the Tigers. Maruska to serve now for the Tigers, leading 20-17. Stogner, Harrison, looked like also Brooke. Bradshaw sends it back over. Stogner, this time Harrison sets Jerome into the block. 4 hits, 4 touches, 21-17. Number 5, Maruska with the serve, leading 21-17 here in game number 3. Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison. Sophia Jerome, double is called. 22 for the Tigers, 17 for the Lions. Maruska with the serve, 22-17. Wiest, Harrison, also Brooke. Point Lions. Lions 18, Tigers 22. Now serving number 15, Cammie Deaton.
Subbing in for Prestonwood, Cammie Deaton on serve.
Bradshaw to Weber to Sophie Agee. Good job by Stogner. Deaton steadying Jerome. Jerome goes to Agee. Deaton, Bradshaw, Stogner. Stogner gets the block, goes back on the block. Good block at the net, good play. This time we've set Stogner from the back. The ball off at 3 Tigers before Maruska has to push it across out. 22-19. Tigers still with a 3-point lead in the game they need. Number 15, Cammie Deaton with the serve. Cammie Deaton, 19 serving 22. Clips the net on Anabanjo, able to keep it up. 3 goes wide. That was Weber to Sophie Agee. Stogner keeps it in play. Good push back by also Brooke, but blocked by Agee and Anabanjo. 23 for the Tigers, 19 for the Lions. It's going to be number 8, Audrey Leonard, trying to serve out the set. Wiest, Deaton, Jerome, point Lions, 23-20. Sophia Jerome returns to serve. Bradshaw to Weber, goes short to Anabanjo, saved by Jerome, pushed back over. Bradshaw, Weber, Anabanjo hard. Comes off the block of also Brooke. Game point coming up, 24-20. Number 11, that's going to be Nicole Dworsik serving for the game. Matt, 24-20. They need this one to stay in the match. Stogner, Deaton, Stogner, point Lions.
Prestonwood not ready to give up on this set as they try to close it out in 3.
Also Brook serving, trailing 21-24. Hard way to end the set, Matt. 25-21, St. Agnes victory here in game number 3. 25-21, St. Agnes Tigers now trail 1-2 as they fight their way back into the match to stave off elimination. We've had 3 close sets, 25-22, 25-20 for Prestonwood, 25-21 for St. Agnes. Thank you for joining us for the TAPS 6A Volleyball Championship action here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Thanks for joining us for the 6A Championship contest here from West ISD West High School. Both teams returning to the floor for game number 4. Prestonwood holds a 2-1 lead after taking game 1 25-22, game 2 25-20. St. Agnes fought back for a 25-21 victory in game number 3. We're ready to begin the action here from West High School. Thank you to Vertasso, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, for providing the officials calling today's contest. R1's ready, R2's ready. Looks like number 6, Sophie Agee, will begin our service action.
Game number 4, number 6, Sophie Agee.
Agee goes deep to Wiest. Deaton setting Stogner. Stogner goes cross court. Bradshaw able to get a handle on it, but it goes out of bounds. 1-0 Prestonwood. Number 18, Brandy Alsobrook with the serve.
Brandy Alsobrook with the serve.
Sophie Agee, they come close side to Mariska. That was Dvorak with the set. Bumped back over by Sophia Jerome. Agee, Dvorak. Uncertain where they were going, Matt. I couldn't see what happened.
Not sure that the setter was very decisive with the location.
But the point goes to Prestonwood. Number 18, Brandy Alsobrook, serves with a 2-0 lead. Bradshaw, Dvorak, Maruska. Comes off of Sophia Jerome, far side to Stogner. Stogner, good job that time by Audrey Leonard to get a hand up. Maruska goes deep. Also Brooke, far side back to Stogner. Stogner skill. Touched on the block, it looked like Matt. Point to the Lions. I think Sophia Jerome had a little trouble after taking that shot of Maruska.
Yeah, I think she's going to be feeling that one for a couple more points.
I'm proud of her for shaking it off. She's still got that look of nothing feels quite right. Prestonwood jumps up to a 4-0 lead. Timeout by the Tigers. 6A Volleyball Championship action. Thank you for joining us on Taps TV and Taps Radio.
I would say there's nothing more important in life than learning how to present something that you want people to know. There's nothing more important than the ability to say, this is what I believe, what do you believe, and how can we reach a consensus? Whether you're an actor, an athlete, a business person, you need to know how to do that.
Number 18, also Brooke to serve, leading 4-0. Ball sails long. Tigers 1, Lions 4. Number 12, Julia Bradshaw to serve. Jerome, Deaton, Stogner. Bradshaw sends it back over. Bradshaw to Deaton, far side to Stogner. She crosses the court for the point. Prestonwood 5, St. Agnes 1.
Stogner's looking really impressive, hitting that cross-court shot a couple times in a row now. Hitting it to a spot that there's no defender to get to it. It's virtually impossible to defend.
Got to get a hand up somewhere. 14, Hadley Harrison to serve. AG sends it close to the net. Makes it really difficult on number 11, Dvorak. Point to Prestonwood. Number 14, Hadley Harrison to serve. 6-1. Sophie Agee. Dvorak. Maruska from the far side. Point to the Tigers. Tigers 2, Lions 6. Number 3, Grace Weber to serve. Stogner, Harrison, Sophia Jerome with the kill. 7-2 Lions. Number 4, Stogner to serve. Net last time and long this time. It's a little hard there on Caroline Stogner. She needs to get that serve in. 7-3 Prestonwood. Number 5, Maruska to serve for the Tigers. Jerome, Harrison, near side number 6. That was Emily Moore. This side, Sophie Agee powers through Stogner. Point for the Tigers. Prestonwood Christian 7. St. Agnes Tigers 4. Maruska to serve. Wiest, Harrison, Jerome. Long, point, Tigers. Tigers 5, Lions 7. Maruska to serve. Wiest, Harrison, Jerome, long, point, Tigers. See if there was a touch. No touch is called. 7-6. 7-6, Prestonwood with the lead. Maruska continues serve. Wiest, Harrison, Stogner from the back. Good dig by Maruska. Weber sets Sophie Agee. Stogner, Harrison, It's number 10 at the net, unable to clear. Bradshaw sets Agee. Agee goes long, no touch. Point Prestonwood.
Out of bounds, side out for Prestonwood.
Number 3, Riley Weiss to serve with an 8-6 lead. Bradshaw, Maruska, Agee, Harrison unable to control. 8-7 Prestonwood lead.
With the point.
Serving number 8, Audrey Leonard. Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome again. She goes far corner. Able to connect, 9-7 Prestonwood.
Subs in number 12, Haley Stevens, and 15, Cammie Deaton.
Cammie Deaton, number 15 to serve. Bradshaw, Weber. Far side was Agee. Anabanjo able to get up and over. Not sure how far high or how far over she was, but officials call it point Tigers. 8 serving 9. Number 11, that's Dworsick, Nicole Dworsick to serve. Weist goes high over the net. Looks like they called Deaton for being in the net.
Looks like a back row attack by Deaton going up, challenging the ball up high.
Tied at 9. Dworsick, Jerome, Deaton, Jerome. Good stop by Maruska. Dworsick, Sophie Agee, block at the net. 12 and 18. Excellent job that time by Haley Stevens and Brandy Alsobrook. Number 13. That's Sophia Jerome to serve. Bradshaw sends it out. Point for Prestonwood. Our score, Prestonwood 11, St. Agnes 9. Jerome goes to Maruska. Close in is Agee. Both teams fight the net. Number 12, Stevens pushes it over. Maruska setting near side to number 1, Hofeld. Hofeld gets it over. Good touch by Stogner, but she steps clearly under the net.
She tried to hold herself up, but just could not stop her momentum quick enough.
11-10. It's a Prestonwood lead. Number 6, Sophie Agee with the serve. Weist, Deaton, Stogner off of Bradshaw. Prestonwood watched it bounce right in front of him. I think they thought it was out. That's a little too close. I think you need to play that one when you're up 1. We're now tied at 11. Communication is key. Sophie Agee again with the serve. Stogner, Deaton, back to Stogner. See if there's a touch at the net off the block.
There's a touch on top of the block.
12-11 Prestonwood. Couldn't see from my angle. Looked like they got up, just couldn't control it. Number 18, Brandy Alsobrook to score. I'm sorry, to serve. Bradshaw, Dworsick, Sophie Agee. It sat on the top of the net and fell on the Prestonwood side to tie us up at 12. Number 12, Julia Bradshaw to serve for the Tigers.
Number 8, Audrey Leonard subbing in. Julia Bradshaw serving.
Sophia Jerome, Cammie Deaton. That's number 10, Chambers. Ball comes back and sails over out. It's going to be a point for the Lions. Lions 13, Tigers 12. Hadley Harrison, number 14, checking back in. Looks like she'll be our server. Harrison, 13, serving 12. Agee, Maruska, Number 2, Kendall Harris. Wiest, Harrison, Stogner, Agee, Dworsik, Kendall Harris, Harrison, Wiest, Stogner, Bradshaw with the save, Dworsik with a quick push, Harrison, Wiest, Stogner, Sophie Agee, Dworsik, Maruska, Wiest able to get under it, Harrison sets it from the back row, 13, Sophia Jerome with the kill, Prestonwood 14, St. Agnes Academy 12. Number 14, Hadley Harrison to serve. Timeout, St. Agnes. Thank you for joining us in this 4th game of the TAPS 6A State Championship. Prestonwood holds a 2-1 and a 14-12 lead here in game number 4. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
I play soccer, basketball, and I run on the track team. Soccer for my high school was a lot more hard. You were playing with your friends, you were playing with your classmates, your coach was from your school as well. You had the name on the front of your jersey that meant something to you on and off the field. It made you much more committed, much more driven.
The official's whistle sends us back into action. Number 14, Hadley Harrison, serving with a 14-12 lead. Sophie Agee, Dworsik, Maruska from the front end. That time she came with the power. 14-13. Tigers back in this game. Number 3, that's Grace Weber to serve.
Weber to serve.
Sophia Jerome unable to control. We're tied at 14. Number 3, Grace Weber will continue to serve. Stogner, Jerome, back to Stogner. Bradshaw goes down. Weber trying to set. Couldn't see it, Matt. Double.
Double contact on the setter, giving the point to Prestonwood.
I think she was losing her footing and just tried to do anything she could. Number 4, Carolyn Stogner. That's 3 in a row for Stogner. 2 in the net and 1 long. She's having a little difficulty at the service line. Number 5, Maruska, steps back with her game, tied at 15. Sophia Jerome. Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome through the block for the point. Prestonwood 16, St. Agnes 15. Number 3, Riley Wiest to serve. Maruska, Weber, Anabanjo, point, Tigers, we're all tied at 16. Leonard sends the serve deep to Jerome. Harrison returns to Jerome. Off of Audrey Leonard. That's a point for Prestonwood. Prestonwood 17, Tigers 16. Number 15, Cammie Deaton. Senior setter Cammie Deaton to serve. Maruska, Weber, Stogner, Deaton, near side number 12 with the kill. That's Haley Stevens as it goes through the block, Matt. 18-16. Prestonwood with the lead. Number 15, senior setter Cammie Deaton to serve. Maruska, Weber, right in the middle, Sophie Agee, blocking, able to contain it, goes out, 18-17. Number 11, Dworsik back in to serve. Sophomore setter for the Tigers. Ball goes long. Flag goes up decisively. Out.
Serves out of bounds. Side out for Lions.
19-17. Prestonwood lead with Sophia Jerome back to serve.
Jerome.
Bradshaw to Warsick. Agee. Jerome. Deaton. Stogner. Maruska to Warsick. Maruska from the back row. Cammie Deaton, Wiest, Stogner, Bradshaw to Warsick. Far side, Agee. Jerome to Deaton. Stogner. Stogner off the block with the point. 20-17. Prestonwood lead. Number 13, Sophia Jerome to serve. Bradshaw sails out. Point Prestonwood, 21-17. Prestonwood lead here in the 6A championship game. Sophia Jerome sends the ball into play with a 21-17 lead. That time Maruska was unable to handle that low falling ball. It had a good drop at the end. Point for the Lions, 22-17. Prestonwood lead here in game number 4. Tigers need to fight back in and get this game. Jerome helps them out with that long serve, 22-18 lead. She was feeling the adrenaline on that one. Number 6, Sophie Agee with the serve for the Tigers, trailing 18-22. See if she can get a run to get them back in it. Stogner, Deaton, Stogner, point. Lions point, 23-18, Prestonwood. Substitutions, also Brooke back to serve. Number 10, Lauren Chambers returns on the front row. Also Brooke with the serve. She sends it long. That's 2 in a row. Prestonwood gives away, 23-19 Prestonwood.
Serving in number 2, Kendall Harris. Julia Bradshaw to serve.
12, Julia Bradshaw to serve. Serving 19, serving 23 to stay in the game and stay in the match. Tips the net, Jerome, Deaton, Stogner, point Prestonwood. 24-19. Agee to Warsick, Maruska in, point, 24-20, Prestonwood lead. Looks like we have number 3, Grace Weber serving. Serving, stay in the match, down 24-20. Stogner, Harrison, Jerome, point, Tigers. Tigers 21, Lions 24. Number 3, Grace Weber continues to serve. Timeout, Prestonwood. Our score 24-21. Tigers needing this game to stay in the match. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for the 6A championship game, live from West High School.
I think that high school sports have made me physically and mentally tough. Sports have taught me through good times and bad times that you have to keep your head up and stay tough and keep working harder to get better.
Here we go, 21-24. Number 3, Grace Weber serving to keep the Tigers in the contest. Jerome with the receive goes over. Weber looking to set far side. Maruska does so off of Harrison. 22 for the Tigers, 24 for the Lions. Weber again serving. She needs 2 points to keep it even. 22-24. Weber to serve. Wiest, Harrison, Stogner on the block. Stogner able to recover. Reset by Harrison. Stogner off the block. Weber goes far side. Now they're setting on the near side. Maruska off the block. Point Tigers. Tigers have fought back to 24-23. They need 1 point. Deciding point. Still game match point for Prestonwood if they can get a point. Weber, nerves of steel, continues to serve with the game and match on the line. Jerome, Harrison, Stogner, it's a double. We're tied at 24. Weber says, I got this. She just keeps serving, letting the teams work. Timeout Prestonwood, all tied at 24 here in game number 3. Thank you for joining us on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV. Truly a game of runs. Grace Weber, number 3 from the Tigers, is definitely on one. She continues to serve them in. Sophia Jerome, Hadley Harrison, Stogner to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's ball goes wide. It's 25-24. Stogner, her last 3 serves have been a little tough. She's serving for the match, 25-24. This one's in. Sophie Agee, Grace Weber. Agee sends it back over. Stogner, Hadley Harrison, Sophia Jerome, Weber, Bradshaw, Maruska off the block. Harrison sends it up and it's out, and we're tied at 25. Maruska steps back to serve. We're tied at 25 here in game number 4. Prestonwood with a 2-1 lead. Tigers trying to send us to game number 5. Jerome, Harrison, Chambers, Bradshaw, Weber, Sophie Agee off the block. Chambers, Wiest unable to control. All the way back to game point. Maruska to serve for the game to send us to game number 5. St. Agnes Academy 26, Prestonwood Christian Academy 25. Maruska to serve. Tips the net, catches Jerome. That's game number 4. 27-25 goes to the Tigers. Come back shortly here on TAPS Radio and TAPS TV for game number 5 of the 6A Volleyball Championships for 2019.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
We're back for the 6A championships. 1 minute left in this overtime intermission. We're going to game 5. Prestonwood stepped out 25-22, 25-20. St. Agnes for the second day fought back to a fifth set with a 25-21, 27-25 victory. All games have been close. Every point is needed. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio for the 6A 2019 championships hosted by West High School and West ISD. We'll return shortly with the action.
The officials were selected with the consent of both schools, and their ruling should be respected by all. The use of alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs is prohibited on all school property, as well as the possession of illegal weapons and public gambling. The use of alcoholic products is forbidden except in designated areas. Another winning song is coming up here on Game Time.
Here we go. Set number 5 to decide it all. The 6A Volleyball State Championship for 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to start the 5th set. It's the race to 15 for the 6A State Championship.
Number 3, Grace Weber. She finished the last game serving. See if she can continue her run here. Weist, Deaton, Stogner. Good job that time of Bradshaw to get down. Kendall Harris has to backstep. Stogner, Deaton coming back to Stogner. Finds Bradshaw again. Weber comes to number 6, Sophie Agee. Deaton looking to set near sides. Steps under the net or a double, one of the two. Looks like it was a double. Point to the Tigers. They now lead 1-0 behind Grace Weber serving. Number 3, Grace Weber leading 1-0 right on the race to 15. Weist to Deaton. It's going to be a 4th hit, 4th touch. 2-1 Tiger lead, 2-0 Tiger lead. Grace Weber back on a roll.
Grace Weber serving.
Stogner, they go deep. Stogner goes back to Alsobrook. Grace Weber, she's called for the double. Prestonwood with a 1-2 deficit with Alsobrook, number 18, serving. Brandy Alsobrook with the serve.
Now serving the Lions, number 18, Brandy Alsobrook.
Bradshaw, Weber, Sophie Agee, Stogner, Deaton. Pushed up and over. Tap back Maruska. Sophie Jerome. Number 4 Stogner. Kendall Harris gets it over. It walks the net and falls for a 3-1 Tiger lead.
That's a big break for St. Agnes right there. Taking the 2-point lead.
Now serving
Number 5, Sahara Maruska to serve. Stogner. Deaton. Stogner. Block at the net. Deaton looks to serve in the middle. It's Sophia Jerome, blocked by number 9, Anabanjo. 4-1 Tiger lead. Maruska, that one sails long. Point given, point taken. Lions 2, Tigers 4. Number 14, Hadley Harrison, entering the contest, and she will serve. Sophie Agee, Weber. On a bunch, one to clear. Maruska off of Harrison. Point for the Tigers. Tigers take a 5-2 lead. Number 7, that's going to be Lexi Byzantine in to serve. Byzantine to serve for the Tigers. Ball sails long, flag up immediately. That's 2 points given away on that long serve lately. 5-3, Tiger lead. Caroline Stogner, number 4, looking to get a run of their own for Prestonwood, but she finds the net. She's had difficulty on serve all match long. 6-3, our score, Tigers lead. Number 11, that's going to be Nicole Dworsik in. Dworsik will serve. Wiest, Harrison, Sophia Jerome, that's a point, 6-4. Prestonwood finds themselves down 6-4.
It's a nice swing from the corner to the deep opposite corner.
Number 3, Riley Wiest back to score, back to serve. She hopes back to score.
Hopes to score at this point in the game.
Maruska, Dworsik, Agee, Stogner, Harrison, Jerome, Byzantine, Bradshaw, Agee, blocked by Jerome. Dworsik sets, number 1, Holfeld. Ball catches the scoreboard, falls in. Another fortunate break there, I think, for the Tigers. Point to the Tigers. They now lead 7-4 with number 6, Sophie Agee, to serve. She finds the net, gives away a point. Tigers have given away 3 points in this 15-point set already. They still lead 7-5.
Both teams making a lot of service errors. I think the emotion of set 5 and championship games starting to catch up to everybody. Number
15, Cammie Deaton, senior. Maruska, Dworsik, Maruska finds that dead zone in the middle for an 8-5 Tiger lead.
That's the number 1 problem with the perimeter defense is that middle's wide open. If it's not read right, it's a point.
Number 12, Julia Bradshaw, to serve for the Tigers, leading 8-5. Low serve, Wiest digs it out. Number 18, also Brooke, was chasing it, but couldn't get it back up over the net. 9-5 Tiger lead, forces the Prestonwood timeout. St. Agnes Academy Tigers 9, Prestonwood Christian Academy 5 as we go to break here in set number 5. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. On the whistle, Julia Bradshaw will bring us back into play with her serve. Ball sails long, flags up. Another service error. That's what's keeping Prestonwood in it right now. 9-6. 4 of those have been service errors. Number 13, Sophia Jerome, to serve. Agee, Dworsik, Maruska, point. Tigers 10, Lions 9. St. Agnes looking to make it 2 days in a row to climb all the way back with a 5-set victory. Number 3, Grace Weber enters the contest. Sophomore setter Grace Weber. She's had 2 great service runs. See if it'll continue. Stogner beaten. Ball played back off the block on the far side. Also Brook with the point. Also Brook to serve, down 7-10. Bradshaw, Weber, Maruska. The double gives the point to Prestonwood. Prestonwood 8, Tigers 10. Number 18, also Brook. Brandy also Brook continues her serve. Maruska, Weber, Anabanjo off the block. Point Tigers, 11 for St. Agnes, 8 for Prestonwood. Number 5, Sahara Maruska to serve. Stogner, Wiest, back to Stogner, off the block, continues on this side. Stogner again, this time finds a spot where Maruska couldn't cover. 9-11, Prestonwood 9, St. Agnes 11. In to serve for the Lions will be number 14, Hadley Harrison. Bradshaw, Weber, Anabanjo unable to clear. 4 touches, gives the point to Prestonwood. That's 10 for Prestonwood, 11 for St. Agnes. Number 14, Harrison, continues to serve, but not until after a timeout by St. Agnes Academy. St. Agnes Academy 11, Prestonwood Christian Academy 10. Game number 5 of the 6A state championships for 2019. Number 14 to serve for Prestonwood, Hadley Harrison. She sends it deep to Bradshaw. Weber, Sophie Agee, Wiest, Harrison, Stogner. Bradshaw unable to cover. We're tied at 11. Hadley Harrison continues serve. She's tied it up at 11-11. Game number 5 going to 15. Bradshaw, Weber, Sophie Agee. Ball played high, Sophie Agee again. This one sails long, no touch.
No touch on the block.
12-11 Prestonwood. Harrison continues serve. Timeout Tigers. Thank you for joining us to the TAPS 6A State Championship where Prestonwood leads Game 5, 12-11. Thank you for joining us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. On the horn, on the whistle, 12-11 Prestonwood, 14 Hadley Harrison with the serve. Bradshaw, Weber, Bradshaw bumps over. Sophia, Jerome, underneath. Her setter had to back up. Harrison slid under the net to tie it up at 12. That serve receive continues to push them forward, Matt. Number 7, Lexi Byzantine. Our score 12-all going to 15. She'd like to serve all 3 and finish it out. Wiest, Stogner, block. Harrison, Stogner. Good job by Byzantine. Maruska, Jerome unable to cover. 13-12. St. Agnes takes a 1-point lead. Emotions and adrenaline high on both sides. Number 7, Let's see, Byzantine serving with a 13-12 lead. Stogner, Harrison, Stogner, Byzantine, Weber, Maruska, Harrison, Weiss to Stogner. That coming off the block of AGU ties us at 13. 13 all. Number 4, Stogner back to serve. She needs to find her groove right here, Mr. Maples.
Yes, she does. She's been struggling at the line. It's a crucial time in the game.
And it goes long.
Carried another one deep.
Game, match point for the Tigers.
The Tigers are Nicole Dvorak and his engagement. St. Agnes is on championship point.
Number 11. That's Dvorak. Sorry there. Nicole Dvorak with the serve. Weist, Harrison, Jerome. It sails wide to the left. Prestonwood Christian, 13. Tigers of St. Agnes, 15. It's a St. Agnes victory here in the TAP 6A Championships for 2019. We'll be back momentarily for our awards presentation presented by Mike Weber, our house announcer.
3 games to 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin our award ceremony at this time. And we're going to start off with the introduction of our all-tournament team. We will start with the members from last night's semifinal games. If you are here in the building, please come to the end of the gym that has the TAPS banner and head on down the stairs. Members of the all-tournament team for Class 6A include, from Tomball Concordia Lutheran, junior Brooke Frazier, and sophomore Sophia Keene. From Dallas Bishop Lynch, senior Alexandria Galicia, and freshman Lyric Berry. From today's championship finalists, first from Prestonwood Christian, sophomore Brandy Alsobrook. From St. Agnes, junior Toyosi Onabanjo. From Prestonwood Christian, senior Riley Weiss. From St. Agnes, senior Julia Bradshaw. From Prestonwood Christian, junior Sophia Jerome. From St. Agnes, sophomore Sophie Agee. From Prestonwood Christian, senior Caroline Stockner. And from St. Agnes, senior Sahara Maruska. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the members of the 2019 Class 6A All-Tournament team. And ladies and gentlemen, this time we will have our team awards presentations. Mr. Matt Maples of the TAPS Athletic Executive Committee and TAPS Associate Director for Athletics, Mr. Robert Huckabee, will be helping with the presentations today. At this time, we would like to congratulate the Plano Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions on an outstanding season, which has them finishing as the Class 6A state runner-up. The Lions are led by their head coach, Jillian Jeffcoat, who will now be placing medals on the necks of the Lions players. Please come forward as I call your name and number. Starting with senior number 3, Riley Weiss. Senior number 4, Caroline Stockner. Junior number 6, Emily Moore. Junior number 7, Maddie Triggs. Sophomore number 10, Lauren Chambers. Junior number 12, Haley Stevens. Junior number 13, Sophia Jerome. Senior number 14, Hadley Harrison. Senior number 15, Cammie Deaton. Sophomore number 16, Monica Spooner. Senior number 17, Blakely Leonard. And sophomore number 18, Brandy Alsobrook. And assistant coaches, Chip Childers and Christina Lugo. And this time, we are proud to present the game ball, banner, and runner-up trophy to the Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions. Congratulations on an outstanding season. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to congratulate the TAPS 6A state champions, the St. Agnes Academy Tigers. The Tigers are led by their head coach, Cedrice McMillan, and Coach McMillan will be placing the medals on the necks of the Tigers players. Please come forward as I call your name and number, starting with junior number 1, Kylie Holtfeld. Junior number 2, Kendall Harris. Sophomore number 3, Grace Weber. Senior number 5, Sahara Maruska. Sophomore number 6, Sophie Aishi. Sophomore number 7, Lexi Byzantine. Senior number 8, Audrey Leonard. Junior number 9, Toyosi Onabanjo. Sophomore number 11, Nicole Dworsek. Senior number 12, Julia Bradshaw. Junior number 14, Brooke Middleton. Senior number 18, Izzy Agee. Junior number 19, Jessica James. Junior number 20, Emily Clark. And freshman number 21, Ariel Francis. Also some coaches, Nikki McNorton, Jaleesa Beaver, Tabby Elder, and Courtney Warren. This time, we're proud to present the Game Ball Championship Banner and Championship Trophy to the 2019 Class 6A Volleyball State Champions, the St. Agnes Academy Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools and the West Independent School District, we thank everybody who came out to this weekend's championship contests. We ask that you would please drive home safely. This has been your game announcer, Mike Weber, saying good afternoon, everyone.